Good afternoon and welcome to the June 23rd, 2025 meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance led today by Commissioner Stewart. Commissioner.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a prayer that was written by some of my Catholic friends that are committed to working together for a greater good. So I invite you to join me in prayer as we start today's meeting. Heavenly Father, we begin this meeting this afternoon. We bring your presence with us. We speak your peace, your grace, your mercy, and your perfect order. We acknowledge your power over all that will be spoken, thought, decided, and done within these walls. Lord, we thank you for the gifts you have blessed us with, and we commit to using them responsibly in your honor. Give us a fresh supply of strength to do your job. Anoint our ideas, our projects, and energy, so that even the smallest accomplishments may bring glory to you. Lord, guide us during our discussions. When we are burned out, infuse us with the light of the Holy Spirit. And enlivened by the Spirit, may we work to be responsive to the needs of all. May we give you the glory for what we can accomplish together. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of a quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray,
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Here.
Commissioner Stewart,
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan,
Here.
Interim Commissioner Rose,
Here.
Commissioner Burns,
Here.
Mayor Dyer.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum with all members present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, let's take up for consideration the minutes from the agenda review and City Council meetings of June the 9th, 2025. Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? And so the motion carries. We have no awards, presentations, and recognitions today, so we will go into a short mayor's update, which hopefully the commissioners might emulate with short remarks as well. Okay, it's almost 4th of July, so a week from Friday we'll come together for one of our signature events, and that is fireworks at the fountain. And I want to invite everyone to beautiful Lake Eola Park for Independence Day and to celebrate in a fashion that will make our country proud. Also on July 4th, we will have a quarterfinal match of the FIFA Club World Cup at 3 o'clock. So we're going to have a busy day in downtown Orlando. We are hosting 6 total matches in 2 stadiums, 2 in the soccer stadium and 4 in Camping World Stadium. 2 will be played this week and 2 next week, and they are the best professional club teams in the world, and continues to enhance our status as the nation's premier sports destination. Last meeting, I should say, we celebrated Commissioner Sheehan's 25th Service Award, and today we're going to celebrate her birthday. Would you join me in singing happy birthday to Commissioner Sheehan? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Commissioner Sheehan. Happy birthday to you.
We're all friends here. You can call me Pat.
All right. I have one item on the agenda today I want to mention, and that is approving funding for 22 mayor's matching grant projects. Some are going to local schools, neighborhood associations, not-for-profits to help with our community's quality of life and offer out-of-school enrichment opportunities. There are representatives both here and watching online, I'm sure. But if you are one of those organizations or representing those organizations receiving a mayor's matching grant, would you please stand and let us thank you. Thank you for what you do for our community. Okay, I'm guessing there's a bunch of nursing students in the house. If that is the case, would you guys stand and be recognized?
There you go.
And we thank you for what you're going to do in our state. All right, that is all that I have. We will now move on to the consent agenda, which are a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council. We give each of our council members the opportunity to comment on the consent agenda and update you on happenings from their districts. We rotate the order that we do that, and first up today is Commissioner Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate it. Let me start by saying congratulations also to the Mayor's Matching Grant Group. It's item 3A1. I'm so grateful for what y'all do for our community. I want to say a special thanks to Julie Tyndall and Marcia Hope Goodwin. This would not be possible without y'all's help. I'll tell you how much I appreciate that. I've been on both sides of it, opportunity up here as well as opportunity to get awards, and you guys have just a wonderful heart for our community, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all and what you do, so thank you. A couple of things I want to just touch on, and we have the last week I had the 100 celebrating FPRs, Family Parks and Recreation, 100 years of celebration over at Rosemont. And tomorrow we'll be celebrating 100 years over at College Park. We're so excited about that. It was great to spend some time with the kids, have a little bit of cake, and it was neat to see that, and then to see the real purpose and the goal behind what we do in Family Parks and Recreation really is highlighted during our summer program. So Lisa, thank you for your leadership. We appreciate it. I want to say a special thanks to all those who were involved in the Poultry Remembrance Ceremony. So much was going on. It is never a good time during that time, but it's always a good time to remember the 49 angels because of those lives and what they could have become or snuffed out. I want to appreciate Commissioner Sheehan and Mayor for your leadership continued in this process. Thank you very much for that. Last week I had the opportunity to have a new business over in College Park. It's called Simply Cheese. It's kind of a neat little cheese shop inside the new Good Pour. It's innovative. Good Pour is an innovative way to do packaging of alcohol sales and wine sales. So you get a chance to get over there. It really is neat, and it's been well received by the College Park community. They're getting ready to open up one in Winter Park, and they have one in Lake Marion, one in Winter Garden, I think. It's really neat. The whole concept is, as with this other stores, is that you give back part of the receipt, part of the gift, back to a nonprofit of your choice. And so far, this past year, they've given away $246,000 away. So really, really thankful for that. It's not too early for us to talk about our safety splash. It's August 6th from 5:30 to 8 o'clock over in College Park, open for the entire district to kick off the year and to make our community safer. And Mayor, as I mentioned at our agenda review, I need to abstain on item 3B today, and when it comes forward, I have my son-in-law is in the leadership of Pulte Homes Group. And I mentioned the Mayor's Matching Grant, and that's all that I have, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sheehan.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and I will be brief. On the agenda today, we have the Dixon Azalea Wall and Landscape finally getting that done. There was a fund transfer to take care of that. Also, the Pulse site acquisition coming from CIP fund projects, and I'm glad to see that's moving forward. And I also would like to thank staff for the sensitive handling of the Pulse visits by the families and the survivors. I especially want to thank Heather Fagan and Kathy DeVault and the FBI. I got feedback from one survivor that said it was very helpful, that it validated her feelings. It really helped her, and she felt valued and respected, and it made her feel like she wasn't crazy, that it really did happen, which, a lot of these kids are dealing with a lot of residual, feelings and everything like that. But I just wanted to say, that really made a difference, and I want to thank staff, and I know it's very, very difficult because there's some folks that are trying to make it difficult on you, but you're doing the right thing, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'd also like to thank Olga and Danielle at the cemetery for laying of the wreaths, and park staff for preparing Colonial Town Square. They were all beautiful site visits. I know that the families did go to all 3 sites, and I just want to thank everyone for making this a meaningful remembrance ceremony for everyone. And that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Rose.
Good afternoon, everyone. There's been a lot going on in District 5 since our last council meeting. Summer camp is in full swing, and our kids are having a lot of fun. I actually just left Rock Lake, where we cut cake and we had fun. So Lisa and Tara, y'all have some good screaming footage, I promise. I want to thank Keep Orlando Beautiful for all the hard work that they do. I want to encourage everyone in the audience, if you are not, you should sign up to register to volunteer with Keep Orlando Beautiful. They do a lot of cleanups around the city. They recently did litter study in each of the districts, and we drove around the district to show areas of improvement and where areas could be better and where we're doing good. So it was cool. I was actually the real life GPS, and my intern can attest to that. Like, I was like, hey, turn here, turn there. I want to thank you to the contractors who attended my town hall via Zoom to discuss the MWBE program suspension and looking for next steps. There will be a community meeting this Thursday right here in City Hall Rotunda at 5:30. As it was has been expressed, we are bringing in a consultant to evaluate next steps and where we go since we've had to suspend the MWBE program. I want to congratulate Mount Olive CME on 139 years serving here in Orlando, so a little bit shy of the 150 years. Food insecurity remains a serious issue in our community, and I've responded with action. My team has distributed over 3,000 pounds of food to families in need, partnering with local organizations to ensure no child or elder goes hungry in District 5. These food drives have a lifeline for many and a reminder that local government can and should serve with compassion. Just so everyone is aware, I have a monthly food drive at 804 Collier Street at 11 a.m. and then I have a weekly food drive every Tuesday at 4305 Lenox Boulevard at 9 a.m. I want to thank you to Centers for Health Promotion LLC. It's an organization from South Florida. They've come into Orlando and helped me with my Health is Wealth motto, and we've hosted health and wellness fairs all over all over the region, not just in the city of Orlando. We also did some in Eatonville and some other communities. The most recent one we held was at Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church. I want to thank them. I want to thank Paving Pathways Florida for having the most recent Black History bus tour. It was a great opportunity to travel around Central Florida and just learn history from Ocoee to Sanford, and we ended in District 5. Special thank you to Royce Reed for the great work that she's doing with the young ladies at Fantastic. Recently, I attended one of their performances, and she's doing a great job with the choreography and teaching our young girls how to follow their dreams and their passion. I want to thank United Arts of Central Florida for their hard work in the community. They had a recap event last week where they were able to raise $10 million last year for the arts. For those that don't know, they participate and they do something called DTO Live, so you should check it out, where we have live musicians playing around downtown as well as in the Paramore community. You can catch them in City Hall, and then as well on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. At City View 535 West Church Street. There were a lot of great Juneteenth celebrations. I have had the opportunity to go to TGI. It's the Girl Investment Group. It's a nonprofit organization that mentors young girls. So they had a summer camp. I was able to visit with them, and they asked some really tough questions, made me really analyze what our community needs are. But one of the things that I'm intentional on teaching our young people is stay true to yourself and stay committed and stand for what you believe in. We had a Juneteenth mural unveiling. If you were not able to attend, you can always stop by 1118 West Church Street, right in the Paramore community. I want to thank Black Tie Management Group for their hard work with this past weekend. This weekend, we were able to do a community give back with Detroit Lions Kirby Joseph, who brought some NFL players for fun. First, we had a ribbon cutting at the new Kirby Joseph Medical Facility, 1277 North Cimarron. Then we had a great partnership with Be a Player. We gave out free sports physicals and EKGs for the entire community at Jones High School. And we wrapped up with a free football camp at Emory Field this past weekend. And I want to thank the park staff for all of their hard work and having seamless fun and a great event this past weekend. Yesterday, should I say. It was great. The weather kind of played with us and we were able to play. We had the weather kind of cooled down and it was a great day. I want to thank you again to the park staff for a great fishing event this past weekend at Lake Lona Dune. I want to thank our partners, EA, Care Access, Ideas for Us, Florida Wildlife, CST Fishing, Golden Crust, DJ D Strong, Palmer's Feed Store. We had a lot of fun catching fish with worms, and I even caught a spotfish. Had a great time at Evans High School. They had their Spirit Week this week, so we recapped and spent some great time with the alumni from Evans High School. I want to congratulate Come Out With Pride. This year was their first annual Juneteenth Love and Liberation event that took place at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. And I want to thank the Fairgrounds and Mike Tipton for his leadership for hosting a great event, but also creating a safe space for the community. I want to thank healthcare partners that are here today in the audience, Care Access. They are doing health screenings and clinical research in our community. So I want to thank you all for your hard work and your commitment in My Health is Wealth motto. Next Thursday, July 3rd, so Commissioner Burns and I share Metro West, so I'm gonna talk about the fireworks show, you can talk about it too. But next Thursday, Metro West Community at the Golf Club, they always have a day before July 4th, they have a big fireworks show and community event, so if you're not doing anything, come join us next Thursday. Please follow the District 5 Orlando page on both Facebook and Instagram for all things happening. I do want to echo and congratulate the Mayor's Matching Grants recipients for the projects that they're doing in our community to strengthen it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Burns.
All right. Thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon, fellow council members and all of our attendees. On June 10th, Mayor had the opportunity to attend the Orange County Public School board meeting where where Dr. Bridget Williams presented on affordable housing. She mentioned the one-stop housing partnership that we have with them. But it was great to see that OCPS is now looking at the property they own to see if there's some opportunity to construct some affordable housing or workforce housing specific for the employees of OCPS. So more to come to that, so kudos to Dr. Williams for having the courage to take that on. Also, on June 11th, I attended the Orlando Kids on Scholarship Award ceremony. It was great to just see all these youth receive these scholarships, hear where they're going to school, and just hear about what they have in plan for the future. So I'm excited about our young people who are graduating. Also, June 12th, I had the honor to attend the Post Remembrance, and thank you to Mayor Dyer and Commissioner Sheehan for your leadership and courage in this. But also, I'd like to just thank all the staff who worked hard in ensuring that we never forget those 49 angels. And then thank you, Commissioner Sheehan, for just always sharing their stories with me, and it always puts it in perspective. Also, June 14th, I sponsored the Richmond Heights Neighborhood Association Father's Day event at William H. Park. Had a great time. Also, sponsored the senior prom at El Claudia Allen. I wasn't able to attend, but I heard it was a night full of fun. They dressed up and they danced the night away, so that was always a good event. Also, I had the opportunity to give remarks at the Black History Committee of Orange County's 21st Annual Black History Month and Juneteenth celebration. Great turnout, great program as well. Also, June 16th, I held my town hall meeting. We discussed infrastructure, youth and senior services, housing, public safety. We probably had over 150 people present, my largest town hall meeting thus far. Then I'd like to just say thank you to Corey Knight. Is Corey here? Thank you, Corey, for standing in the paint with me while we entertain questions about stormwater, hurricane preparedness, and the water quality in our lakes. So thank you. But also we had several other departments, transportation, code enforcement, and OPD. So thank you all for being there. Just a few upcoming events. I just want to remind everyone that we have a special election for House District 40, and the Senate District 15 will be happening tomorrow. So if you haven't gone out to vote, please make sure we go out and exercise your vote. Also, I'll be having my satellite office hours at El Claudia Allen Center on this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 3. So this is a time for our community members to come meet with me and my staff outside of City Hall, because I know City Hall may not be the easiest place to get to and park. So if you want to make an appointment, please reach out to my office. Also, this coming Saturday at Hankins Park, the Petals of Hope Foundation will be having their Black Business Expo from 4 to 8. And then on the agenda, Mayor, 3A1, as everyone mentioned, the mayor's matching grants. And I just want to say congratulations to Boys to Men Mentoring, Humble Visionaries Film Program. And I see the principals here. Thank you for all that you're doing, bringing access to film production to our youth. Also, I see my Destiny Team Mentoring, Orlando Community Arts Masterclass Series, and the Reed Charitable Foundation, Read to Rise. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief, but I also want to welcome all the nursing students, and we look forward to welcoming you to your new building on the Lake Nona campus later this year, so that's exciting, so welcome. Also would like to recognize Jaron James. Jaron, stand up and take a bow, come on. Jaron's a senior at Innovation High School. He thinks he wants to get into public service, so I said, well, let me, stay with me a couple days, I'll talk you out of it. But Jaron, thanks for coming and opening your eyes to public service, so thanks very much. So with that, a couple of announcements in the area. On June 8th, I attended Orange County Public Schools State of the Schools, where they talked about a lot of their successes and some of their upcoming challenges, but that was a great event. Also at Innovation High School. And I've said before, if you have not been to Innovation High School, the newest school, you should go if you get a chance. It's really quite a building and quite a campus they have there. I want to echo what Commissioner Burns said and others about the June 12th wreaths at Greenwood Cemetery. Commissioner Sheehan and staff, thanks for your efforts to make that a special day. So we appreciate that very much in helping us to continue to remember the victims of Pulse. Coming up on this Friday, I am going to speak to the Lake Nona Chamber members at the Dockside Room near Canvas to talk about some of the community events or community happenings. And finally, on the agenda, I want to just mention briefly, in addition to what's already been said, item 3K, 1, 2, and 3. We don't talk much about the airport, but these are just dollars coming to the airport. But just a reminder, folks, we have over 56 million people a year come through our airport. And if you do the math, that's over 1 million a week that come and go through our airport. And as said before, the airport's so important because a lot of times it's the first impression and the last impression visitors get of Orlando and Central Florida. So it's important that we have a smooth running operation. And so I'm glad to support that, and we're very lucky we have a good airport. So with that, Mayor, that's all I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Ortiz.
How much time we have left?
2 minutes.
Congratulations to all the recipients of the Mayor's Matching Grant. I also want to welcome our UCF nursing students. I'm a UCF grad, so go Knights. And
Charge on.
Charge on, yeah, all those great things. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers here and mothers that are fathers and mothers. Okay, let's not forget that. There's a lot of mothers out there that have to do both roles. So on the evening of June 10th, after a dedicated 12 weeks of learning, we held the graduation for the Government Academy, where students received their certificate of completion and continuing education certificates from UCF. Our Spanish version will be starting now on August 5th. On the morning, and Commissioner Sheehan, once again, thank you, and Mayor, for everything you guys do to make sure that we remember. On the morning of June 12th, a day forever remembered for the city of Orlando. It was an honor to be at the Greenwood Cemetery to pay tribute to the 49 souls taken too soon. As Scottish poet Thomas Campbell once said, to live in the hearts we leave behind is not to die. So we stand with their families and loved ones daily, honoring their memory and ensuring that they're never forgotten. On the evening of June 18th, I attended the United Arts of Central Florida 35th Anniversary Annual Celebration and Meeting. This event honored more than 30 years of advancing arts and culture in our region and featured inspiring performances by local artists. Mayor, thank you for your words. Inspiring. We definitely must continue investing in the arts, and our universities that also promote the arts. On the afternoon of June 20th, I had the opportunity to speak at the Business Leadership event hosted by the Mexican-American Chamber of Commerce. I addressed attendees on regional opportunities for economic development and strategies to grow their businesses. The event also featured Vice President Victor Galvan, a respected entrepreneur dedicated to empowering fellow business owners in the Central Florida. An interesting fact about Mr. Galvan is that he was an undocumented immigrant for over 13 years before he became this, U.S. citizen and great entrepreneur. So just goes to give you the value of a lot of our documented immigrants that are in this country that have been brought up for reasons sometimes beyond their control in order to survive and to continue moving their families to prosperity. On the morning of June 21st, I attended Congressman Maxwell Frost's first State of the District address. In it, he highlighted federal updates on immigration, healthcare, and funding for key programs. So it was a great event. We must keep an eye on this gentleman. He's doing good things for the community. Later that same day in the afternoon, I had the opportunity to provide a greeting and experience the incredible Sound of Freedom concert, a powerful musical tribute devoted to celebrating the legacy in honor and significance of Juneteenth, and honoring the legacy of the late Senator Geraldine Thompson. Thank you, Marcia Hope Goodwin, for the invitation. Where's Marcia? Thank you. It was a great event. But I must say, we must move this to DPAC. It's that powerful, it's that exquisite and memorable. And with that, Mayor, I move to accept the agenda and
Motion by Commissioner Ortiz, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? And so the motion carries. If you're just here for the consent agenda, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to wander away. Okay, without objection, we're going to recess the city council meeting, and I'm going to call the CRA meeting to order. David, we got 2 items.
Yes, Mayor. Good afternoon, and good afternoon, Commissioners. First item, 4A, this is a facade agreement with the CRA and the Villas of Lake Eola Condominium Association. This is at 613 East Ridgewood Street, just north of Lake Eola. They're doing some work to that building. Specifically, they're doing some pavers as well as some window repair, exterior stucco repair, painting. They've qualified for $17,150 of assistance from the CRA. They're doing just over $34,000 worth of work to that building. It did receive a recommendation of approval from our facade review committee, and I'm happy to address any questions.
So moved.
Questions? Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Rose. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. 4B.
Thank you. Item 4B, Mayor, this is excited to talk about another restaurant coming into downtown Orlando. This is Outpost Orlando LLC. They're moving in right on the southeast corner of Robinson and Lake Eola, so going to bring a southern-inspired restaurant to that corner. It's a total of 4,800 square feet interior in that space, an additional 2,200 on the exterior. They're going to be open 7 days a week, and are doing just shy of $500,000 worth of improvements to get it ready for business. With that, they've qualified for $59,000 in tenant improvement assistance from the CRA, in addition to $25,000 in rental assistance, for a total award of $84,000. And I am happy to address any questions, and the applicants have joined us as well.
That's mine, dude.
Motion by
Stuart, that's
Commissioner
mine.
Stewart,
It's ours.
second
No,
by
it's not.
Commissioner
That's
Ortiz.
That's mine, baby.
I give it to you. That's okay. I'll take a second.
Thank you.
All right. Discussion? That wasn't discussion, that was argument. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. David, further business?
There's not, Mayor.
No further business to come before the CRA, so we will stand adjourned and we will reconvene the city council meeting. On January, we will move to hearings. Hearing 9A, January 27th, 2025, City Council adopted a final assessment resolution for the city's imposition of an assessment that will assist in funding charity health care to uninsured and low-income patients. This is the 8th consecutive year this assessment, and hospitals subject to the assessment support it. As in prior years, the monies raised by this resolution were transferred to the state to support that funding. The hospitals have asked us to amend the final assessment resolution to clarify the permitted rates of assessments, to complete the assessment proceedings, and consider adoption of the final assessment resolution. Council is required under the city's home rule special assessment ordinance to hold a public hearing. So, Madam Clerk, would you read the title of the resolution?
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending and restating the final assessment resolution adopted by the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida on January 27, 2025, authorizing and adopting a non-ad valorem assessment within the areas of the city limits described herein for the purpose of supporting the provision of the health care by the city's hospitals to low-income Medicaid beneficiaries and indigent members of the Central Florida community, thereby preserving the continued viability of those hospitals as important contributors to the city's economy, amending, affirming, and reaffirming the findings and determinations that certain real property is specially benefited by the increased support of charity care, making certain other findings in relation thereto, amending the assessment scope, basis, and use, amending the computation of assessment, establishing the method of assessing and collecting the assessment against the real property, establishing a public hearing to consider impositions of the proposed assessment and the method of its collection, authorizing and directing the publication and mailing of notices in connection therewith, if necessary, specifying the maximum annual assessment amount and the maximum assessment lien to be levied against the specially benefited real property, provided for certain other authorizations and delegations of property in relation thereto, providing for severability and providing an effective date.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Burns, second by Commissioner Rose. I will note that for the record, that the notice of the hearing was waived by all hospitals, including in the assessment. I'm going to open the proceeding for the public hearing. We have no request for public comment. Do we have discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, and so the motion carries. Okay, hospitals. And we do have two ordinances today. So let's move to ordinances on first reading, 13A, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance number 2025-23, an ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending Chapter 65 Orlando City Code to establish procedures for the review and approval of reasonable accommodations for the establishment of certified recovery residences, providing a process for reasonable accommodation requests to the city's land development ordinances, rules, policies, and procedures for persons with disabilities as provided by the Fair Housing Amendments Act, Title II of the Americans with Disability Act, and other applicable state and federal regulations, providing legislative findings and for severability, codification, correction of scrivener's error, and an effective date.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Burns. I have no request for public comment. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. And 13B.
Ordinance number 2025-24, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending and restating the land development regulations of the Vista Park Plan development relating to certain land generally located south of Lee Vista Boulevard, west of State Road 417, north of State Road 528 Beach Line Expressway, and east of Narcoossee Road, and comprised of approximately 1,561.4 acres of land, providing for amendment of the city's official zoning map, providing for severability, correction of scrivener's errors, permit disclaimer, and an effective date.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Ortiz. We have no request for public comment. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. And so the motion carries. That's the end of our official business for today. Ed, would you just prepared for public comment on general appearance?